Welcome back to our Project Management Companion video series. This video will cover time management. Time management is the act of planning, controlling and finally executing specific activities, especially to increase efficiency or productivity. It applies to a wide usage area starting from personal time organization and up to business-related management. Software tools such as a management system where a combination of processes, tools, techniques, and methods are used to provide you with the best results. The notion of time management was initially used in business-related area, but in time the term started to also be used for personal activities. People started to be interested when they felt the need to be more organized and more productive. It all happens when you start working all day long and at the end you wonder why you haven't accomplished much. Time management is an essential subset for project management, and it describes the processes required to ensure timely completion of the project. More exactly, according to PMBOK, it consists of 5 main phases. The most important phase is project planning. When the project plan is established, a well-defined project plan can significantly contribute to the success of the project. Once established, the project plan is used to create the project schedule. All that remains now is for the schedule to be respected as much as possible over time and the deadlines to be met. Project managers must carefully consider all possible options that can assist in matching the planned project completion date to customers' specified completion date when the later date is earlier than the former date. As a starting point, project manager can determine if schedule compression techniques can help in meeting the target date, and if that doesn't work, then negotiate possible alternatives with project sponsors and key stakeholders, reduce number of objectives or deliverables for the project. This reduces scope, which in turn assists in reducing work and thus can help to make the target date achievable, or negotiate to change the target completion date for the project to at least match the planned completion date. If this cannot be achieved, then an escalation in view of resolution must be attempted. Prior to escalating the matter to sponsors and or key stakeholders, it is advisable to explore if schedule compression can help. Schedule compression involves 2 techniques: crashing and fast tracking. Crashing involves assignment of additional resources to tasks in order to assist in completing them faster. Fast tracking involves performing several tasks concurrently, especially if they have no direct dependency on one another and can be done in parallel. Now, crashing does increase project cost due to the employment of additional resources, and for this project manager must take into consideration the project budget along with contingency reserve to ensure project costs does not exceed available funds. Note that a project manager can employ both the techniques in the same project if necessary. In order to decide on the schedule compression approach and which tasks should be brought under the purview of which schedule compression approach, project manager must use the project's network diagram, also known as network logic diagram. Let's now understand a role that project network diagram (PND) or network logic diagram (NLD) can play in assisting project managers undertake schedule compression. PND can be of 2 types: activity on arrow iota and activity on node iota and activity on node. PNDs are also known as precedence diagramming method (PDM). POMs or PDMs, as they are more popular and frequently used in practice and in software such as Microsoft Project. POMs are created based on activities or tasks obtained from the project's work breakdown structure or WBS, while WBS provides several details such as which tasks when completed can provide which project deliverable. It does not incorporate relationships or dependencies between tasks. Dependencies between tasks are either graphically depicted or described in tabular format for PND. This helps in understanding the type of relationship between tasks and in what sequence they should be performed. In addition, PNDs can have multiple task sequences, and each such sequence from start of project to finish defines a specific path in the PND. The delineation and understanding of all paths in a PND are important, as it lays the groundwork for determining planned duration of the project as well as those tasks which directly impact the project's completion date and thus cannot be delayed. A very specific method called critical path method (CPM) is used for PNDs like POMs in order to determine the following. It must not be difficult to understand now that PNDs such as POMs is an important tool in a project manager's toolbox to use in order to handle time constraint challenges or simply undertake schedule planning for a project. Knowledge of this very important tool along with application of network analysis technique called critical path method is a required skill even when it is done using robust scheduling software like Microsoft Project. This is because the actual task dependency setup even in Microsoft Project must be done by the project manager, and it is often necessary to go beyond the defaults used by the software. It is then and only then that the software's true power of being able to generate what-if scenarios can be utilized to the max, which obviously cannot be done by always relying on software defaults. In addition to task dependencies, tasks can be set to have lead or lag times as well. Lead time is when a successor task is allowed to have a head start and can begin prior to completion of the predecessor task, and lag time allows for the successor task to be delayed from starting by a defined time after the predecessor task completes. While it is common to speak about time management, the simple truth is that you cannot manage time. No one can. Yet you can quite effectively manage yourself, and your behaviors and your choices, as you move through the day. We hope you enjoyed our video on time management. If you require more information on this subject or any other project management related subject, please visit our website www.projectmanagementcompanion.com.